Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Today looking at a bag. Now I will openly admit I've only had this bag now for about a month. However, in that 1 month I will happily admit that this has become one of my favourite bags of 2025. This is the Wisport War Hog Claymore Bag. Wisport are a Polish company. Now I will add on this bit, it's spelt with a W at the beginning, so my Moorlandese tongue wants to say Wisport. If I do say Wisport by accident, I do apologise. I will try and say Wisport. But yes, Wisport are a company from Poland who proudly make all of their gear in Poland, and I've looked at several pieces of their gear and have always been blown away. Now, less of me rambling, let's get into this. If you're looking, one, for a Claymore bag, two, a Claymore bag that's made in Europe, and three, a Claymore bag that's pretty freaking awesome with some nice features to this, this is what we're going to have a look at today. Now I don't usually do top down like this to have a look at bags, but I thought with it being a nice small bag like this that it's probably the best way in which to be able to have a look at it. Now as far as the measurements are concerned, I mean, I will leave the exact measurements down here, but this is a 7-litre haversack, 7-litre satchel style bag. If you look into the original Claymores, they certainly weren't 7 litres, or at least the Claymore bags, they weren't 7 litres. They just needed to fit in the Claymores, they needed to fit in the wiring and all of the different fuses and stuff that went with them. But it's a homage to those bags, because they did have certain specific features, like, you know, it was a strap like this, it was carried over your shoulder, and they had these two large pockets here at the front. But yeah, whether it's kind of just city breaks, whether it's out in the moors, whether it's out in the fields, whether it's out in the woods like this, 7 litres is actually quite perfect. Materials wise, this is made from a 500D Cordura. Where's the little Cordura logo? There is a Cordura logo on here somewhere. Where's it gone? Anyway, there is one on here. I know there's one on here somewhere. Oh, it's there on the strap. All of the buckles. So there are a few buckles. You got some quick release buckles here on the side. These are made from a company that I've not really come across a lot. So these are from National Moldings, which are from Farmington, New York. Which I mean, American made. I'm guessing they must be reasonably tough. And then you've got some hook and loop here on the outside, and then the lining of this is a good strong lining as well. As far as colour wise, these are available in several different colours: black, grey, tan. I think there's like an orangey, a burnt orange kind of colour as well. But this is the olive version. And then, so hopefully here on the front you can see that it says War Hog, and then there's a little embroidered warthog on the side there, and then here, where was it? There's another one here that says War Hog as well. I really do like that. Okay, so on the front, hopefully you'll see that there's this large flap here. If you want to put a morale patch on here, of course you can do, and then these bits that come down here as well, you can put morale patches onto here as well, but mainly they're for the closure. So there's some a hook and loop strip that goes across here so that it will hold it onto these. So you rip this open, and then this gives you instant access to these two front pockets here. Oh, sorry, I've just gone off camera for a second. This is one of the main features that you will see on a traditional Claymore bag. If you're going to call it a Claymore bag and it doesn't have these two front pockets, don't call it a Claymore bag. This is where the whole Claymore bag came from. But they have added some really nice things on here as well. So in front, actually on the outside of the pocket itself, so you do have a couple of slip pockets. I haven't got a knife on me. I have got a knife on me, of course I have. So in here you can see it will easily fit. You can fit a knife into there. You can put a flashlight into there, and then there is a slightly smaller one here, so that maybe you could put a pen into there. So already they've kind of added to this front panel. Now I forgot to mention, so on the sides, I usually mention the sides and the bottom first, don't I? The bottom is fairly plain, there's no sort of lashing points, but there doesn't need to be. Here on the side you have some PALS webbing that's kind of been rotated round, so it's more of a daisy chain, but you have 4 loops there, so if you want to attach something to the side, maybe you've got a tool or some keys or something, and then it's exactly the same on this side. So getting back to these 2 front pockets, so in here, these do expand out really well. Now at the moment I have bought my drone stuff out here because I'm going to do some B-roll footage today, so I'm just going to take these out. I've got my keys in here, there's my extra batteries, and I was at IKEA the other weekend randomly. Oh, poo bags, because if you're a dog walker you always need to make sure you have poo bags. Now on the inside they've added to these pockets, so we're just going to have a look at this one for now. In here there's another additional pocket, so if you want to put your mobile phone into the back here then you can do, and then in the front of those you then have 1, you then have 2 of these smaller pockets. Tucked into this one on the side I also have a little key stay, which actually is attached to this. It's not my key stay, it is actually attached to this. So that's here on this left hand side. Now the right hand side works in a similar way, that you have a large slip pocket here at the back, but then rather than having 2 pockets that's kind of 50% of this section, you have a larger pocket here, which again is good for your mobile phone, and then next to that you have 3 smaller pockets that you can slide a pen into. I like how they've done that. Then you have the main section. Now I really do like what they've done to this. You may have come across other bags that have done this. This is the first bag that I've come across in the years that I've been making content on bags that I've seen do this, and I was really impressed. So getting into the bag, you have this zip. You open up in here, I'm happy to confirm, hopefully you can see, we have tactical teddy bear. This is 100% tactical teddy bear compliance as far as all international regulations concerned, 100% tactical teddy bear compliant. I also have, my 11-inch tablet in here, fits in, no issues whatsoever, and then I have my actual drone in this little pouch. So in here, apart from little bits of shite that I've got in there, hopefully you're able to see, it has this really nice high-vis lining, which is great. If you're out at night and you're trying to find stuff, high-vis lining is great. But you might be thinking, well, you know, what if there's something in there that's just a little bit larger? So my 11-inch tablet fits into here without any issues. I was hoping at first that it wouldn't, because I wanted to show you what you can do to this, but it does, it fits nicely. If it was maybe that you didn't want to keep unzipping this all the time, you can just take the zip off. There you go. The zip itself is velcroed on the inside. So the way I have it is with a zip on one side, so because I wear this left-handed, I can unzip it. If you don't like that, you can just turn the zip around and you can put it on the other way. If it is that maybe you've got something that's ever so slightly taller and won't fit into it normally, then you can take the zip off and you can still close it. I think this is great. I don't know why you don't see that feature on more bags. But then what this does is, instead of making this something that you can open and then have to open again with a zip, especially if you're in an area that you're not necessarily worried about it having to be 100% secure, you can just open it like this. What you can also do is, if you wanted to, you could fold that in there as well. So if you are out doing some foraging maybe, or you're just out and you're constantly getting stuff out of your bag, the hook and loop on the back here will then fit into the hook and loop in here. But then that makes me think, well, if this is hook and loop here and this is hook and loop here, then would this still work? And the answer is, now I'm going to do this very quickly because usually I'm a little bit OCD and I want to make sure that it matches up perfectly. But I'm just going to do that quickly, which, oh god, it's making me feel awkward already because it's not gone in there perfectly. But I can now unzip this and get into here with just the zip. I don't have to worry about this top flap getting in the way because I just want to do it this way for a change. I don't keep anything valuable here on the outside, but if I did want to slip something into these pockets because I'm in an area that I'm not concerned about pickpocketing, I just can do, but I still have this secure zip here that I don't have to take the flap out of. But then I get to somewhere else and I think, no, do you know what? I don't like it like that. I want to take this off. I want to open that out and I'm just going to have it like this, like you traditionally have. And you've got that option. More bags need to be like this. Really do. More bags need to be like this. I think that's an awesome setup. Now if it is that you want to store something on the outside, then you do have a pocket here on the rear. If you are concerned about pickpockets and that sort of stuff, people still might be able to get into it. It's difficult when it does come to hook and loop, mainly because of the sound that it makes, but you can put your mobile phone into here. It also has the same high-vis lining on the inside as well, so that if you need to get in and you can't see, especially in the dark, then you've got that on there. This does sit reasonably flat against you because it's just a flat bag and does a great job. I think the features, the pockets in here, this is generally one of the best, if not the best, setup for a Claymore bag that I've ever come across. Absolutely awesome. Now the last little bit on here is your strap. So the strap itself does have two quick release buckles on both sides. If there was some reason that you just wanted to take the strap off and have it as just like a little kind of satchel or something, or maybe you want to use this as a tech pouch. If you've got an 11-inch laptop you want to put in here, have your cables in the front, you're not interested in keeping this on here, you can take this off and then you can just rock with it not on there. There is a little hook and loop here on the end, so if you did want to fasten something to here, you can do. The strap itself uses a 25mm webbing, but rather than a lot of others, they just have this 25mm webbing and that's it. Whereas with this one you do have a padded strap that you can attach this to, or at least is sewn onto this. That also means that these loops here can be used as like a daisy chain. Again, if you're out walking and you want to put a compass or something like that on here, you can do. And I will say as well, for additional webbing, there is plenty of additional webbing on this. If you're concerned that you're a fairly large chap and that there isn't a lot of webbing, definitely don't concern yourself with this. There is plenty. I've got a 46-inch chest and there's still a good 6 inches worth of webbing on both sides, and I wear mine reasonably low. But when it's on, as far as carrying this is concerned, because of this style of satchel, it really is a joy to carry as well. So there you have it. If at this point you're still wondering whether you should pick one of these up, just get one. Honestly, just get one. They really are my favouriteest style bag for so many different reasons, whether it's coming out for a walk in the woods, whether it's going out into the thick of the moorlands. Outdoors style type people have always had these small little satchels. I think the history behind the Claymore bag, how from like the Second World War, the troops that were there that were using these, because once the Claymore was out there, they get thrown away, but why not keep it? Because you can put little bits of kit, little bits of food, little bits of things that you find. It fits perfectly into these bags. 7 litres is a great volume just for being able to go out for a walk. If you're doing a city break, if you're just commuting to work, if it is just for everyday carry and EDC, it's perfect. It genuinely... I mentioned at the beginning of this, I've only had this about a month, and yeah, I really... Oh, a little spider. Come on. I really do like this bag. Really, really, really do like this bag. Now at this point you might be thinking, oh hey, I know another Polish company that have a Claymore bag by the name of Helicon Tex. And I know Moorlander, you've got one of those as well. I'd love to see some content comparing the two. I've got you, buff, don't worry. That will be coming. I'll do a comparison between the two. Either way, they're both exceptionally good bags. But yeah, I will definitely make that content. Now, I do want to say, so this was sent to me from Military First. Have a great relationship with Military First. I've worked with them now. The channel's been going about 7 years. I've probably been working with them for about 5 or 6 years. Military First are possibly one of the leading, if not the leading, military outdoor adventure online retailers here in the UK. Really good people, really good prices, and excellent service from them as well. So I do want to say a huge thank you to Military First for sending this to me. I'll leave their links below so that you can see more from them. I'll also leave some of my social media links below so that you can see more from me here on Moorlander EDC and my sister channel, Moorlander Tactical. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. If I stand back there, I keep falling. There's a little hole there. All I have to do is take a step back and I shrink like 6 inches, which isn't a good thing. Anyway, where were we? Shall I put all of I should put all of my shit in this bag instead of having it in my pocket, shouldn't I? Hog, but it's not. It's war. No, you fucking knobhead. Why would it say wart? There isn't even a T in it, you fucking dickhead. Excuse my French. Should we start again? We probably should start again. So what we're here today to look at is the Wisport War Hog Claymore backpack. It's not a backpack, is it? You're a fucking knobhead. You fucking bellend. You fucking... It's gonna have to go in there. Bloopers. I've got into a weird thing now of releasing 3 pieces of content a week. It's not going to happen continuously. I do need to catch up on stuff. So I'm not sure when this is coming out. Do you know what? I like this bag that much. This is going to come out today when you're watching it, which is a Sunday hopefully. Unless you're watching it in the future when it's not a Sunday. But yeah, do you know stuff? I'm going to have to do it now because I'm going to have to put this in the bloopers. But yes, this is coming out on Sunday. I really do like this bag. Sweet. Have a good, or I hope you've already had a good Sunday because this comes at 7:30 British summertime. So hopefully you'll be in your pipe and slippers, getting settled down with a nice glass of brandy to watch the Sunday omnibus of the soaps. I don't know. Anyway, Antiques Roadshow. That's what you should be watching. Anyway, cool. See you in a bit.